Now, I just came across this video titled "Something Major is Changing at Walmart and Customers Are Outraged." Now, after watching just the first 3 clips, I genuinely believe that Walmart will be the first company to force its customers to get the mark of the beast, child. To start getting them little digital ID implants that shows your credit card information, your license information, so that you can start buying things from the store. And it's kind of scary to hear how the transition is happening because customers are realizing it, but it's like we almost can't stop it. It's almost like the system was designed for us to just fall in line and accept what it is. And videos like this really bring awareness to what's going on.
I'm at Walmart, and there's no prices on the produce, like nothing. So I guess I'm quite the Karen. I went over and asked to speak with the manager, and so they're ordering somebody over here to speak with me. But this is absolutely absurd that you have to be somewhere there's no prices, none. Let's see if I can turn the phone around. Hold on.
There's no price tags. Okay.
It's that way down the entire, all of it. Not
No
a
price
single
tag,
price
yeah.
on any of these things.
I wonder why.
And, you know, I looked for a barcode. Maybe I could scan that and go out of my way. So while I'm waiting, I will concede that the limes are now 25 cents a piece, which is definitively better than the $1 a piece they were previously. Also, I looked at the Lay's potato chips, and they are down to $2.50 per bag. I will concede where things are good. That's pretty good. Apparently, they're in the middle of a reset. So, and I was told 98 cents a pound. But I said, I think before anybody buys something, they need to know what the price is. And the response was that they're in the middle of a reset for the digital pricing.
That's my wife in the truck here in Anne Arundel County, Maryland.
All right, as ad break or whatever. All right, giving all praise, honor, glory to YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, HALAL, double honor to the apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, and its sincere shalom to the Akim out there pushing the sincerity and the truth and the sound doctrine. This is going to be another really quick video on Revelation 13, the mark of the beast. Now, this is just in the spirit that yesterday at camp that, you know, we did go over pretty much the full breakdown, because Revelation 13 and the chapter of Revelation 13 is not a long breakdown. So like toward the ending of camp, we did break down the entire chapter because that's just in the spirit. God came up at the beginning of camp, you know, kind of started us off pretty much. God came up at the beginning of camp and pretty much was like, when he left, he was only up there for like maybe 5 minutes or so. And he was like, yeah, man, these are definitely the times that the Lord spoke of in the scriptures. All right. These are most definitely the times. Now, this is a channel that I never even came across. You can see the channel name here, over 900,000 subscribers, man. I'm doing this video to tell you people out there, especially you other Israelite camps, even though I don't talk to y'all, but just to be aware of these other Israelite camps, man. The mark of the beast is not a secret anymore. I'm going to repeat that for you. The mark of the beast is not a secret. It is literally reality. The thing is not mandated. All right. Some already, I want to say, some already, I want to say, have a form of it. All right. Implanted, you know, like he said, you know, your credit card information, your birth certificate, social security number, all that stuff on there. You won't need a wallet. It'll literally be in you. All right. You won't need any you know, identification, because it'll be in you. All right. All you need is a barcode, if that. All right. Especially by the time this thing comes out. We don't know how soon, but we know it's soon. By the time this thing comes out, this mark of the beast comes out, we say rice grain, you know, because that's what we go off of right now, you know. But to be honest, it might be even smaller than that. We're talking about nanotechnology. It might be even smaller than that by the time they're ready to mandate this thing. All right. You gotta remember, they upgrade over time, man. They upgrade over time. The more they learn, the better for them. All This is, so that whole, we've heard, other Israelite camps sit up there and say, yeah, you can, take it and then you just take it back out. I want to tell you something, man. The way they gonna implant that, you ain't gonna be able to take it out. And if you do try to tamper with it, like I said, you'll do some serious damage to yourself before you even, consider taking that out, right? You'll most definitely do some serious damage because, like I said, by the time they come out with that, it might not even be a rice grain. It might even be smaller than that. I'm telling you, man, this technology is getting wild now. They won't need a rice grain at that point. They barely do now. Right? I'm gonna tell you, man, it might be a point where it might not even be an insertion, which we know it's going to be, and I'm not trying to go too deep with that. But it could just be it's going to be physical, no doubt about it. And like I said, you other Israelite camps are playing around. What it is specifically doesn't really matter. What does matter, well, let me say, the direction that I'm going in really doesn't matter. I'm just making assumptions. So don't take what I'm getting ready to say, so seriously. But I would imagine that sometimes, they might come out with different forms of it. One could be a literal insertion within the skin. One could be like a tattoo, like stamped, right? Or both, It's certain things you just don't, like QR codes. Could be a big QR code. And at that time, you probably won't even need that. I'm telling you, this technology is getting wild, right? But like I said, just, making assumptions. But it's very, very real, right? And we're telling you that this mark of the beast is nothing to be played with, all right? Like I said, it's just in the spirit that yesterday at camp, we went over the full chapter, which is very important. I keep saying that going over the full chapter is very important, all right? I keep saying that. I can't stress that enough. See, some of you people just go, okay, yep, Revelation 13, 15, 16, yeah, and just read it. No, you got to go way up. You know what I mean? What are the 7 heads, 10 horns, right? What is the leopard? What is the bear? What is the lion? What is the dragon, right? What all these things, man? What are the 2 horns like a lamb, etc.? You got to get the full breakdown, but a lot of y'all don't have the attention span for that. A lot of y'all just want, okay, yeah, Revelation 13, 16, this, that, and the third, and then that's where you get all confused. It's like, yeah, the mark of the beast is Jesus, is the image of Caesarea, and this, that, and the third. That's where y'all get all confused because you don't know the breakdown, all right? And you don't have the spirit of the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, right? So, I'm going to get straight to the point, all right? Revelation 13, 16, all right? If you want the full breakdown, I've done it on my channel, right? Numerous times, right? But other brothers have done it way better than me because I'm not really a breakdown channel, all right? I will go into it, but I'm not really a breakdown channel. You got all these brothers all over Great Millstone that do all these breakdowns. No excuse now, all right? And he causeth all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the number of his name. All right. Here is wisdom. Let him that have understanding count the number of the beast, for it is the number of a man, and his number is 603 Okay, so once again, this never gets old, man. I'm gonna be honest with you. All right. Once again, understand the definition of mark. And, it's unfortunate that you have Jake Jake is going to be Jake. I'm going to just say it like that. Jake is just going to be Jake. They make this Israelites, you so-called Black, Latino, Native American people, so mainly black people, make the simplest things the hardest things. All right? Understanding the mark of the beast. understanding the prophecy, all right? Understanding the Sabbath day. What is so difficult about it, man? All right? What is so difficult to understand that, no, it doesn't make any sense that Saturday, every Saturday is Sabbath? What is so difficult to understand about that, man? It literally says new moon. Every Saturday is not a new moon. It doesn't make any sense. And when you look at this calendar that we in, we did not follow the same we did not follow the same calendar back when we were following these laws. So Sabbath every Saturday doesn't make any sense. Okay? What is so difficult about understanding the mark of the beast is something physical and not nothing is. And then I recently had saw a comment. I can't remember if it was on my comment board or another brother's comment board. Oh, it doesn't make any sense because God is not carnal. Are you actually serious right now? Who the hell created carnality and spirituality? The Lord is neither, man. He's over all of that. If that's the case, stop picking up the Bible, because the Bible is a physical thing. If that's the case, why the hell are we putting on garments? Why are y'all wearing shirt fringes? Because he's not carnal. What's the point? What's the point of even keeping any of the laws then? Because it's all carnal. When you think of carnality and spirituality, you gotta look at the definition of them too, man. That old carnality and spirituality, that's being thrown around way too much, way too loosely. All right. Anyway, it says a stamp, an imprinting mark of the stamp, of the mark stamped on the forehead or in the right hand or wherever. Get on your chest, get on your finger, get on your leg, your knee, wherever it is you so choose to get it, you screwed. Wherever you so choose to get it, you screwed. You got a lot of freaks out here that'll get that, that'll get a mark inserted in places that I'm not even going to mention. But guess what? I mean, if you do anything like that, you're screwed anyway. I mean, just saying, you put anything in places that you really shouldn't put that you really shouldn't put anything in, you're screwed anyway. That means you got some problems. I'm just saying. But if you get it anywhere, it doesn't matter if it's left hand, right hand, forehead, lip, whatever, kneecap, foot, toe, whatever, you're screwed. All right. It says as the badge of the followers of the Antichrist. So it makes sense. You know, when you have, let's get that word badge real quick. When you get the MOTB, as we call it, the mark of the beast, it's a badge. All right. So let's get this word badge. It says token worn to indicate the wearer's occupation, preference, especially device worn by servants or followers to indicate their allegiance. So when you mark or token, there we go. When you think of anything with a badge, it's physical. If you have that mark of the beast, you have pledged allegiance to this society. See, saying the Pledge of Allegiance to the flag of America, that's one thing. Nobody really cares. You know, you say the pledge, they teach you that crap in school. There's only a small percentage that even really follow that crap. All right? That's one thing. When this mark of the beast comes out, that flag, it may still be there, but that flag, no. You're followers of the elites. You are no longer followers of that damn flag. All right? You can equate that. But like I said, when you have that badge, you are officially signed off and badged, tagged to this society. You belong to the Rockefellers, the bankers, the Rothschilds, or whoever else. You belong to them. Right? So, There we go. That's badge. It says, so you have received the badge of the Antichrist, of the followers of the Antichrist. The mark branded on horses, thing, carved, sculpture. You get the point. And if you want to go even further, you can go up to the root word, all right? Karax. You know, I'm going to tell you something, man. You know, like I said, Jake just being Jake, Jake being more difficult than what he got to be. This is a free app. The other one that I just used is also a free app. So you don't got to worry about money, spending money on getting a little bit of knowledge. It's an easy to use app as long as you know what I mean, you watch and get a little taught. But I mean, you can self-teach yourself with an app like this, man. So that was Karagama. Now this is Karax. It says a pale stake palisade, all right, or a rampart. Okay, so palisade, all right. So we know what that is, right? Now, I've always went into we always go into the old Bible sometimes, and it pops up this word instead of mark. It pops this up. If you want, it's free. You can go here. I kept this video long enough, but it's the John Wycliffe Bible, right? You can just look up the John Wycliffe Bible, right? And then you'll see Revelation 13 and 16. You read that for yourself. This is what pops up. The John Wycliffe Bible of 1382. This pops up. Let's go ahead and read it. Character or character. Symbol marked or branded on the body. Symbol or drawing used in sorcery. Right? Do I need to go on any further? All right. We're going into older Bibles now. Symbol or imprint on the soul. Right? Engraved mark, as I'm seeing right here. Engraved mark. Do we need to go any further? Usually no. Because if you can't get it by now, then you will never get it unless the Lord Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI wants you to get it. So the point of this video, the mark of the beast is not a secret anymore. I'm going to repeat that again. The mark of the beast is not a secret. Not anymore. Not one bit. So that's all I got on this. You know, Lord willing, you were edified once again. So we throw tons and tons of videos out about prophecy, about the mark of the beast, all that. Anyway, giving all praise, honor, and glory to Yahawah BAHASHAM YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, Shalom.